Persona 5 is one of my favorite games of all time, and here is why. Think of this less as a review and more of a few reasons why you should give the franchise a shot before the upcoming Persona 3 remake drops early next year. Do you like turn-based combat, deep but sometimes corny storytelling, freedom to explore a world brimming with life, and best of all, a killer soundtrack? Persona 5 may just be a game that you should have been playing. It's not too late though. Let's just jump right into it.
Persona 5 is a game that requires patience from its players. Now that may sound like a negative to most, but the world here is absolutely amazing and full of life. Yes, you'll see some faceless people, but things like going to shops, exploring the streets, and having a side ticker of projects to do really just adds depth to the game that most games don't have. Spending time with your confidants like Sojiro, the father figure, or any of the potential romance options, or even some of your just close friends like Ryuji, who I enjoyed absolutely to the fullest extent, really is what makes the game great. Combat is obviously also part of it, but this extra stuff cannot go untalked about when you're talking about why the game is good. Now, with all the hype I gave to the extras, let's talk about that combat system. Turn-based combat can be a turn-off for many, but I promise you in this game, it probably won't be a big deal for you. I came into this game not loving turn-based, thinking, okay, well, for a 100-hour game, that's going to be slow. It's not. It is great. You're going to be switching between party members, trying to learn all of the different counters and the way to utilize each person, who's your strongest member, who's your favorite party member to use, just based on how much you like them. They're all very viable, except for one who I won't mention, who seems to be weaker than the others. But you'll be using guns, weapons, melee, and just basically having this really rich combat experience. And it is just very rewarding, especially when you get into some of those harder boss fights on higher difficulties. You're going to find yourself really liking the combat system. Coming into another integral part of the game, there are the palaces and their design. While some are better than others, you are going to be going through a ton of different landscapes, desert temples, casinos, themed based around the person who you are going to be going after. I won't go into too much detail, but these palaces keep the game constantly changing with new mechanics, new ways to approach things, and higher difficulty curves as well on certain ones, keeping it fresh. Now let me talk about another thing that I believe is part of the magic of Persona. The characters. The characters are great. One of the best cast of characters I have ever participated in a game with. You have characters like Ryuji. Ryuji is your go-to close friend, best guy. He's like your bro, basically, and he feels extremely natural in that role. One of my favorites. Doesn't seem to be a fan favorite, but one of mine. You got Yusuke. Yusuke's comedic relief. One of the funny characters. The lobster joke hits every time. He's one of my favorites as well. Let's not forget about An. An's supposed to be the love interest. Not my number one pick, but a lot of people love An. Great character. Morgana, you're basically your sidekick. He follows you around the whole game. He's your cat, but he's also your buddy. He's not a cat. Futaba, amazing addition. Gamer chick, everybody likes her. Makoto, which is one of my favorites. And Haru, the rich girl who is not snarky, but just a very well-written character who comes in a bit late, but still, this cast and ensemble completes into what feels like a natural friend group, and really they just work together. They bounce off each other really well, and to me, that really makes the game. The moral of the story is Persona 5 combines beautiful combat, great environments, amazing characters, a good soundtrack, and overall just a vibe and ambiance that I truly can't really just describe by explaining it to people on paper. Little things like planning to get max stats throughout the playthrough and just leveling up confidence, and the way it timed out, I just can't explain it. It's a role-playing game that actually feels like a role-playing game, which is awesome. I gave this game a perfect 10 out of 10, not because it is the perfect game, I don't believe perfect games exist, but because I think this culminated into an experience that became my second favorite game of all time for a reason, and I really just would love to share that experience with so many other people. The Persona community is great, and basically it's just go play it, guys. Comment down below if you have any questions, or comments that you would like to make on why you like the game, or maybe why you didn't like it. I'm curious. I know it probably wouldn't be for everybody. But other than that, thank you for listening to my 5-minute Persona rant, love style rant, or, positive rant. And stay tuned for more Overwatch videos and more videos like this in the future. I want to talk about games that I really like and share them with you guys, because honestly, if I didn't stumble upon a video like this, I wouldn't have ended up playing Persona 5 myself. So thank you guys for watching. Go play Persona if you want to. Have a great day.